Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PHP. I'm Booker. That's Perez. What's going on?
Okay, we're going to get to Ben and JLo. We're going to talk Ricky Martin. We're going to talk Khloe Kardashian and more. That was my dog shaking, making a cameo on the podcast.
Nice.
But first, if you're watching us right now, you're seeing that we have these backgrounds, which I can't believe we've been doing this for 6 months, the video podcast, and it didn't occur to either of us to have a background. I kind of love the backgrounds.
And it's like we're both at the same beach.
I love it. I actually have a couple of big announcements to share with everybody.
Okay.
So first, a few days ago, Podcast One and we had our monthly meeting, but they had our monthly meeting and they wanted the head guy to join the call, which he never gets on. It's me and this other dude. And I'm thinking the worst possible scenario, because that's where my brain always goes. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to drop our show. Why else would he be on the call? This is awful.
Right.
Oh my God. I love doing this too much. I don't want them to drop. We're going to have to do it on our own. We're going to have to find somebody fast. Anyways, the good news, and there is bad news. The good news is they're not dropping the show.
Right.
The bad news for some of you, especially if you're watching this right now on YouTube, is the YouTube video version of our podcast is ending. I think this is the last show, or there might be one other. I don't know how many more, but prepare for this to be the final one.
Right.
But there is good news on top of that, which is our podcast has grown this year by 7%.
Very nice.
And we're old. Like literally old. And so is this show. We've been doing our podcast since 2015.
Damn.
So to have it grow 7% since the beginning of the year, I'm very proud of that and very thankful for every single listener. So I'm hoping actually that the folks that were enjoying us on YouTube will now just listen to us, and we'll get even more listeners. And please tell your friends, talk about us, share the link. It's very simple, perezpodcast.com. That's perezpodcast.com. Then I have another announcement, which is we're going to try an experiment, because we're trying everything possible to grow this and make more money. Okay. So the other thing that we're doing differently or new is we're going to be splitting the show up in two. On Wednesdays, as we've been doing, you will continue to get Booker and I and the normal show as is. And then I've got to figure out the second day, but let me know what you would prefer. Podcast One suggested that on Thursdays, I release my interviews, but I might think that's too close to the actual podcast being released. So I was suggesting maybe Wednesday and Friday.
Who cares?
But I want to know what they
Nobody.
think. No, I want
Whereas people watch this, listen to this at their own convenience. That's the joy of podcasts.
I get that, but I want them to actually listen.
Gotcha.
So I want to, because if they listen, a-hole, we make more money. Duh.
Wake me when you're done.
So let me know which day of the week would be best. Friday or Monday, actually. So let me know what you guys think.
At the Perez Hilton, not on the phone line. I'll just delete those.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Any way you want to let me know.
Let him know. Let me know what's going on in the world. Come on, there's so much good stuff to talk about. I'm dying to know.
Well, let's get to Welly before we talk about everything.
Okay.
Speaking of good stuff in the world, Welly is made with lots of good stuff. If you're a busy worker bee or a busy parent like me, I'm both of those, then, finding something healthy to eat quickly without thinking about it, and no worries is so important. That's why Belly Welly is here to help. And even more important, they're here to help people that might have gut issues or that just want to be extra healthy. Belly Welly makes these food bars that are delicious, so many flavors. They're addicting. They're really gooey and chewy and sweet, but they're low FODMAP. Google it, okay?
Mhm.
They're filled with probiotics. Probiotics in like a breakfast brownie. Amazing.
Mhm.
And like I said, these will not bloat you.
Mm-mm.
They won't cause IBS. They're just so great. You can get the cinnamon, the swirl, the birthday cake, blueberry muffin, and more. They're gluten-free, vegan, and have 3 grams of fiber each. Go to bellywelly.com and use code Perez30 to unlock a 30% discount. That's BELLIWELLI.com and use code Perez30. How are you, by the way?
I'm good. Thank you. How you doing? How's Vegas?
Vegas is magical. Vegas is heaven. I keep doing the local news here, going
Yeah,
from one station to another. They appreciate Perez in Las Vegas. I love that.
that's amazing. Good for you.
Although everybody in my house got COVID.
Oh, really?
My 2 kids that didn't get it last month got it. My
Yeah.
mother got it.
Oh,
My
no.
nanny got it.
How's your
My
mother?
mom, wait, any other pet owners out, you're a dog owner, you let me know actually if this is a real thing. My mom swears that the dog got COVID. She thinks the dog got sick.
I don't think
Dogs,
so.
well, I read something about lions getting COVID. Maybe dogs could get COVID too.
Yeah,
I don't think she's
so.
that. No.
But maybe I don't know. I'm not a scientist or a biologist, but I don't believe so. I don't think they can transmit it to you for certain, but maybe they can get it. Who knows?
My mom is fine now, thankfully, and
Good.
testing negative, but she went insane. And she's got all of the boosters, like double boosted, triple
Yeah.
boosted. I don't know. But at first, she was having me look up flights to go back to Los Angeles when my daughter tested positive, the first person here.
Yeah.
And then she calmed down and she said, well, I'm going to stay at a hotel on the Strip and just get out of this house. And she still got COVID. And then she went to the emergency urgent care place because
Right.
she's high risk.
Sure.
And they checked out her breathing
Vitals,
and lungs and all of that. And they gave her this new treatment for high risk people. I think it begins with the letter P. Paxlovid, she said.
Yeah. Okay.
And she swears by it. She said it helped her a lot. So if you're a
Yeah.
high risk person and you get COVID, ask your doctor about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, things are good. Seeing shows, doing things, happy, happy, happy. All right, let's get right to it now. Speaking of Las Vegas, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck eloped here over the weekend, and literally eloped. According to reports, Jennifer Garner, Jennifer 1.0, Ben Affleck's first wife, was told about it ahead of time, but she allegedly only found out the day before. No big deal. I think that's enough time for her to prepare and be aware of it, especially because their children are involved. And what's fascinating to me is not all of the kids were there.
Mm-hmm.
At first, when news broke on Sunday, it was only reported that Jennifer Lopez's children were there and her mother was there as well, and no mention of Ben's kids. Now, over the last few days, we've gotten conflicting reports and I think clarity. It turns out that they each had just one kid there to serve as their witnesses. Which is weird to me. Why wouldn't you have all your kids there?
Maybe there was a ball game that weekend, a soccer match, something planned. Mom had the kids on the weekend. Who knows?
So they literally showed up just before the little white wedding chapel closed at midnight, Saturday in Las Vegas. And even for a small wedding, JLo is still fully done up. It was a very intimate ceremony, but she had her glam team with her because she's not gonna look bad, you know?
Yeah.
And apparently they wrote their own vows. They were very emotional. Each was crying. And in hustler mode, I was gonna say typical Jennifer Lopez, but I don't want to knock it, okay? I respect the hustle.
She's a hustler.
In typical JLo mode, the very next day, sign up for my newsletter. All the photos and details on my newsletter on the JLo.
Yeah, feels tacky to me, but if that's, that's the hustle.
But they've been open and exposing their relationship since they've gotten back together.
Yeah.
So there's some reports, I don't know if I believe it, but there's one report that JLo's been desperate to marry Ben since he proposed, to make sure that she got him on lock in case he had any cold feet.
It's not like they haven't been through that before.
Also, Jennifer's mother gave an interview. It's like the whole family. I love it. Jennifer's mother gave an interview to the Today Show, and she did. Yeah. She called Ben Affleck the true love of her life, which may be true, but if you're the father of her children and her ex-husband, who is still involved in,
has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you.
If I heard my former mother-in-law saying that, I would think that's really
has, once
shitty.
Again, it has not. It is shitty, but it has nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Like, what is she supposed to say? He's the third biggest love of her life. I mean, seriously, it's her wedding day. No, what's she gonna do? Take a dump on it? Is it the fourth? Oh yeah, it's the fourth. Yeah, I forgot about Ohani.
So congratulations.
Is that his name, Ohani? I didn't meet him.
Ohani Noah, Cuban, who was a big thorn in her side for a long time.
Sure. Yeah.
But you know what? Not as big of a thorn in her side as Alex Rodriguez. That was not the love of her life. Okay.
Well, it's funny. There's a new documentary that's on ESPN. It's all about Derek Jeter. And apparently they're going to talk, Jeter's going to talk about his riff, if you will, with A-Rod, because there was a thing for a lot of years between the two of them. But I remember going to the club. Like I was at a club one night with Jen.
You were a clubber?
No, I was with with the crew, with like Jen and her crew. And more than one time, Jeter would always be like he was out there, like trying to, get JLo's attention. He was always around, and Jen would never give him the time of day. It was funny.
He tried. Yeah, congratulations to them. In other news, man, it pays to listen to our podcast because I told our listeners 2 days before the English language media started talking about Ricky Martin on Friday. Last Wednesday, I told you all about that drama because I'm plugged into the Spanish language world. And I told you it was his nephew. And lo and behold, it was true and confirmed that his nephew made these allegations against Ricky Martin. Ricky, for his part, has finally spoken out because news of the restraining order that came out a while ago. The restraining order against Ricky Martin that broke early July, like around the 4th of July, but it wasn't the nephew wrinkle that didn't come out until much later. And when the news first broke of the restraining order, Ricky, gave like a generic statement, like I'm looking forward for the truth to come out and the proceedings and blah, 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 blah. But I don't think he was prepared for this story to go as viral as it did. He was trending everywhere. Everybody picked up on this story. So he released a new statement with allegations of his own in that statement. Ricky said the following through his rep, quote, "Unfortunately, the person who made this claim is struggling with deep mental health challenges. Ricky Martin has, of course, never been, and would never be involved in any kind of sexual or romantic relationship with his nephew. The idea is not only untrue, it is disgusting. We all hope that this man gets the help he so urgently needs. But most of all, we look forward to this awful case being dismissed as soon as a judge gets to look at the facts. First of all, I understand the severity of the allegations made against Ricky Martin, but if what Ricky is saying is true, I don't think it's a very tactful or compassionate statement to make.
Someone is going after your character, your livelihood, your legacy. Fuck that guy if it's absolutely not true. I think he should have went out and said what I just said. Fuck that guy. I don't care if he's sick. I don't give a shit what he is. This fucking person is coming after my legacy, after my his empire, everything.
Well, assuming it's not true, it could be true.
Right. Assuming you started with assuming that it's not true. If it's not true, burn the house down. Fuck this guy.
Well, that's also what his nephew, you know, so
don't care. Don't care, because you know how the press works. Somehow in the back of somebody's mind, this has hurt Ricky Martin Inc.
Of course it has. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if it's not true, guns a-blazing. And I think he was tactful enough by saying this person has some mental health issues, but they're not true. I don't think there's a compassion plea here that wasn't accounted for by his statement.
I'm just saying it read a certain way to me.
Well, because you're always looking to make something to be dramatic. That's not a dramatic statement.
I didn't say it was a dramatic statement. I said it was cold, lacking compassion, and he didn't even refer to him once as his nephew. Like, this man.
This is a person that's chasing dollars for no reason. If he's mad, so be
if
it.
It's not true, but it could be true.
You don't need to put a kid gloves on for someone that's spreading horrific, salacious lies about you. Why would you? Fuck that. I wouldn't either. So no, I disagree.
As I said, I think last week, unless I'm wrong, to get a restraining order, you have to provide some kind of proof. No? I don't know what that process is like, but I don't think, like, you have to present at least text messages or something. You have to convince a judge that what you're saying is accurate.
Is this family member in the States?
No, and from what I've read, he's in Puerto Rico, yeah. Which is part of the United States.
Yeah, same laws, same rules. I would imagine. I can't think there's anything different.
So ever since last Friday, though, this story has quieted down. There are not any more developments.
Yeah.
But I wish the entire family well. I can't even imagine, this affects that entire family.
Yeah.
Everybody. The brothers, the sisters, the uncles, the aunts, the grandparents, everybody. So wishing them well. All right. We have to get to Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. But before we get to that, let me remind you all about Bonafide. They are a new sponsor, and please check them out. Bonafide is for women who suffer from any of the broad range of perimenopausal and menopausal symptoms, who want a safe and effective non-drug solution they can trust. Only Bonafide creates proprietary natural medical products that have earned the uncompensated recommendation of over 8,000 doctors to their patients on an ongoing basis. Specifically, their Sylvessa product is the first comprehensive system designed to restore and protect hair and skin affected by estrogen decline from the inside and out. Why have they not sent me any of this from my mother? I'm serious. She needs it. A daily capsule, hair serum, and skin serum combined for healthier looking hair and skin. Silvessa by Bonafide comes in the first comprehensive system designed to help you and those affected by estrogen decline from the inside out. Give Bonafide a try. No hormones and no prescription required. Real relief without compromise. I'm going to give our listeners today a special offer when you subscribe to any product by going to hellobonafide.com and use promo code Perez. That's hello, BONAFIDE.com and code Perez to claim your special offer of up to 54% off when you subscribe to multiple products, including Silvessa. So thank you to Bonafide. I was so bummed that this news broke after we recorded our last show, but congratulations to Khloe Kardashian. She is having another baby, her second with Tristan Thompson, his fourth child with his third baby mama. And
be a surrogate, right?
Yes.
Can you still say you're having a baby?
Yeah, expecting.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever, expecting.
Yeah,
I would still say having.
She's not having it. Someone else is having it.
Yeah, but if I was having a baby, even if I wasn't carrying it, I would still say I'm having a baby.
I understand your asterisks because it's not possible for you to have a baby. But in her situation, someone else is having a baby.
Who cares?
She's having a surrogate have the baby.
That's not uncommon, and I don't even know the reason why. But
it's not very common either.
Yes, it is. Actually,
there was common is having a baby. Paying someone else to carry your baby is very, I would say, uncommon. But it's when you have money, it's common.
Yeah, there was this actress earlier this year. Jamie something. Wait, let me see. Jamie Chung, I believe. Let me look it up. Yeah, Jamie Chung is this actress who some people think made a controversial decision and controversial statement because she chose to have a surrogate carry her baby because she thought that getting pregnant would affect her acting career.
Okay, that's her opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So people have surrogates for whatever different reasons. They don't just need to use one if they're unable to carry a baby themselves. But I would still say you're having a baby. Like she and her, like, because it's not her, right? Like Khloe and Tristan are having another baby together.
Sorry.
Whatever. You're an idiot. Anyways, similar to the Ricky Martin statement, the statement that Khloe Kardashian released was also very interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
And what's fascinating is, according to reports, Khloe Kardashian has a huge family, not just her sisters, but cousins as well.
Mm-hmm.
According to reports, Khloe had not even told some of her family and closest friends that she and Tristan were having another baby when the news leaked that baby number 2 is coming via surrogate. So after the news leaked, Khloe released this very carefully and interestingly worded statement saying, quote, "We can confirm True will have a sibling who was conceived in November. Khloe is incredibly grateful to the extraordinary surrogate for such a beautiful blessing. We'd like to ask for kindness and privacy so that Khloe can focus on her family." So what was interesting about that is she just wanted people to know that the baby was conceived while she and Tristan were still together. But you know what? To me, same as, the decision to have a surrogate, I don't care if she.
Yeah, I mean, even if they're broken up and she doesn't like him, if you want your kid to have a quote biological inline,
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, and you're like broken up, and he was a bad situation. I don't even think it's an ounce weird, and I think a lot of people think it's weird. But I don't think it's weird, at all. Actually,
yeah. Okay. I think actually what it is too, it could be that, he lets Khloe call all or most of the parenting shots and do what she wants with the kids. And he's happy to like pay a little money, be a popping in, popping out kind of dad, and let Khloe do the heavy lifting, as they say.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was interesting that she specified the time frame of it all in her statement. Speaking of the Kardashians, Pete Davidson gave a new interview where he spoke about dreaming of being a dad. Aww. Well, Kim Kardashian could still have, she's still ovulating, so it's still possible. And of course, she'll have surrogates carry Pete's babies. I predict she'll have 2 with Pete, definitely. Kris Jenner had 6 total, and Kim Kardashian is as ambitious as Kris Jenner. So congratulations to them. So last week, we spoke about all that Broadway drama with Lea Michele and Beanie Feldstein in Funny Girl. Coincidentally or unserendipitously, I think I made that word up.
I don't think that's a word.
I know, I just made it up, but it works. It works.
I understand it. So if it works, it works.
She got laryngitis after that news broke and had to cancel all of her performances.
Oh man.
I'm not saying I don't believe she had laryngitis, but
yeah.
You know,
I think this whole thing is stressful. I can see her actually losing her voice during this. It's a stressful thing she's going through. A lot of press, dipshits like us talking about her. She's probably not used to that. So
the producers also, she did not have laryngitis. I wanted to look it up so I was correct. She had tonsillitis.
Okay.
I knew it was like something like that.
Yeah.
And I think she might even miss more shows.
Wow.
Who knows? But the producers of tonsillitis-stricken Beanie Feldstein, starring currently in Funny Girl, released a statement explaining in detail everything that happened. And now we have more information. Mm-hmm. They also said in that statement that they were not blindsided by her social media post. So basically, and I'll be brief because it's not. Basically,
I was right.
You were right. And also what happened was, like I mentioned, usually they'll hire big name. She's not even a big name, but if you're the lead in a Broadway musical, mm-hmm. what's standard is you'll be in the contract for a year. Mm-hmm. But because she got all those awful reviews and ticket sales weren't great, they decided to end her contract early at 6 months. Mm-hmm. And she was fine with that.
Yeah.
Then she found out about Lea Michele, and that's when she wanted to leave even earlier.
Yeah.
So I still think that's diva, though. I think she should have stayed. I think she should have stayed through September, as she had said she would.
I'm telling you, no point. There's just no point.
All right, whatevs. All right. Speaking of divas, I think this is diva behavior, but it worked. Sometimes being a diva gets you what you want.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's the old saying.
Yeah. The cast of Jersey Shore was very upset when they found out that MTV was planning to do a reboot of Jersey Shore, which, I mean, I guess I could understand it could be a little ego bruising, but they're still employed by MTV, the original cast. They're doing Family Vacation. So it's not like they were going to be out of a job.
Right.
Eventually, after enough complaining, MTV has now put on pause or possibly even canceled forever their plans for the reboot of Jersey Shore. Do you think that was uncalled for, that the cast, the OG cast, even released a statement trashing the decision and all of that?
At the end of the day, it's just another headline at the bottom of the birdcage. I don't think it matters either way. I think trying to get some press for anything, they're feigned, being pissed off over this is bullshit. I don't think they cared one bit. I don't think anybody cared one bit. It's just something to comment on. What else are they commenting on? Like, we're not going to the Jersey Shore for information on Elon Musk's latest moves, so whatever. It's good for the brand, and it's on brand for them to be bitching about something. That's all.
Actually, I was going to talk about Elon Musk later, but since you brought him up now, this world is full of hypocrites.
You just getting this?
No, I've known that for a while.
Okay.
Like people, like especially like, with like Britney Spears or this or that, people pretend that they're so evolved and compassionate and this and that and the other. And then the majority of commenters that I've seen are body shaming Elon Musk because there were these shirtless photos of him on his very expensive yacht.
Yeah.
I think he is fine.
He's pasty white. That's all that I'd say about that. Like,
who cares?
Well, no one cares. Who cares that he's got a pic? It's the internet. What do you expect? People are going to comment. Like I said, put a cloud up. People will comment on it. But it's wild how white he is.
We should encourage being pasty white.
No. It's not that people are shaming him for it. When you're a billionaire,
and also shaming his body because he's not like fit.
Well, like he's a billionaire. Most billionaires aren't fit. They're bloated.
I literally saw, there was this one photo that went viral of Barack Obama, who also was recently shirtless. I saw that.
Yeah.
And Barack Obama and Elon Musk shirtless side by side. And people just, it's 2022.
It's the internet. What do you expect? People are dumb. And that's what you put on the internet. Funny things that are dumb. And then we talk about the dumb, funny things.
But then,
listen, the reason I'm so shocked.
If I did that though,
who cares? If you did it, yes, they would comment. If you didn't, they would comment.
No, if I did it, it would be like the end of the world. If I did it, I would get roasted so hard.
You would just feel that way. It wouldn't really matter. Like you're an easy target. You're a punching bag. You make yourself a punching bag, and you have for years with some of your dumb comments. If you dish it, you have to be able to take it.
Well, you make a lot of dumb comments too.
Yeah, but nobody cares about me. You know what I mean? Like big deal. Like who cares? I'm just shocked that a guy is that pasty white that has billions of dollars because he's on so many islands and he's at so many tropical places. I would have thought he would have caught a couple of rays somewhere. Not at all. He is Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Maybe he's like Nicole Kidman and very conscious of sun damage, and it ages you, and you can get skin cancer and all of that. It's a great
way to be. Absolutely.
Anyways, on to one of my favorite things, music news. I'm so happy to just share a Britney Spears moment that has nothing to do with drama, that is only positive. A few days ago, Britney posted a video on her social media of her singing a cappella. And I, like many others, are not used to hearing Britney sing live.
Right.
Because she lip syncs almost exclusive, or her entire Vegas shows, everything totally lip syncs. Even the ballads where you think she's singing live, that wasn't live. It was all lip sync.
We know this. Come on.
But she sounded so good.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear it? You didn't see that?
I did not even see this. No.
Oh my God, you have to watch it.
Okay.
She sounded so good. And I love that she put like a really different spin on Baby One More Time. It was, I feel like Britney is discovering herself. Like she's 40 years old, but in many ways she's like in her early 20s now. Like she's going through this period of exploration, finding what makes her happy, and taking control of her life and her power and making all the decisions. And I loved it. So love that. Good for you, Britney. Also, two Beyonce things. First, I don't know if it's weird for me to see both sides and agree with both sides.
Okay.
I usually only agree with one side of things, but in this situation, I agree with both sides. Beyonce released her new single, Break My Soul, and Beyonce just thinks she is above a lot of things or better than a lot of things or people or whatever. She released a new song, and even Adele, when she launched her last album, she did promo. Beyonce has done zero promo.
Yeah.
Nothing, not one radio interview, not one TV interview, not one magazine interview, nada. And I think that's kind of lame. Like, if you're proud of your work, wouldn't you want to at least chat to some person about it?
You could. That's up to the artist. I don't think it's.
On the other, okay, I get.
I get your point, though. I mean, I understand if you want it, but maybe she doesn't care if it's successful. She just want to put it out.
That's what I was gonna say. On the other side, I think there is something really baller about Beyonce not caring. She clearly does not care
if
it's a hit or not, because she has nothing to prove.
But maybe even doing the promo doesn't work. Like, who cares? Like, new music is sort of dead. There are so many articles about the streaming of new music and things that are coming out, and the lack of people giving a shit is just waning. It's just a fact. It is. New music consumption is so down. It's ridiculous. Maybe it's a sign of the times. It's just coming out of pandemic. People want comfortable things. They want music from the past. That pendulum will swing back. But it is what it is. And who says it works? So if it's good, usually the cream rises to the top. No matter how much press you do, there's been terrible songs that have had great press behind them that get nowhere. A hit is a hit is a hit, and no one decides except for the masses. And however it gets to them, it gets to them.
Well, despite no promo, and she hasn't even released a music video yet, which artists will sometimes debut the song and the music video at the same time to kind of ensure a good debut. She's done neither of those two things. And Break My Soul has this week gotten to number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is shocking. This is Beyonce's biggest commercial hit in 12h years.
What was the last one? Halo?
Sweet Dreams. I don't think Halo didn't do as well actually.
Really?
No. So Sweet Dreams was her last kind of like hit. So congratulations to Beyonce.
That doesn't make this a quote hit. It just means that there are 9 other songs above it that might be
8 other songs.
8 other songs, yeah. Right? I thought you said top 10, but you're right. You said 9.
It's number 9. I think it'll continue to be a hit. It's a hit. I think it's. I
mean, I like the song from the beginning. I told you it's either something's a hit or it's not. I heard it. It sounds like now. It sounds cool. I would play it if I was radio. I would stream it if I was online. It is what it is. I don't think there are that many quote real hits anymore, though. I don't think there's a lot of breakthrough songs that all of us consume easily anymore in one place. It's different now because of streaming.
Yeah.
And the fact that most new music sucks.
And this new trend of songs being 2 minutes long, I hate that.
Yeah, you hate that.
They feel like demos to me. That's a demo. Finish the fucking song.
It's just sign of the times. It's TikTok. It's people's attention span is like, a gnat. You look at Old Town Road. That song's like a $140 or something, and it's the biggest quote song of all time, which is horse shit. But still, when you compare it to the times and what you're up against,
I don't mind a short song,
right.
But even like the punk rockers back in the day, like Green Day, they had short songs, but they were at least 2.5 minutes, like 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah. It's
2
funny,
minutes feels like a demo.
But like one of the hottest songs to come back, of course, is
Running Up That Hill. And actually,
that song's like 6 minutes long.
And this week, that song is it's still doing well. It's number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I hope that happens to some of my other favorite artists. Like, I would love younger generations to discover Tori Amos and Sarah McLachlan, because, I don't know if teenagers are that familiar with Tori or Sarah, but they should be.
Not a chance. But you're right. They should be. It's just your interest. If you're interested, you'll seek it out. I didn't know 70s music growing up. I had fucking no idea about any of that. I didn't know about the Eagles. I didn't know about any sort of classic rock greats and how awesome their music is. Now I love that music. I just love all of it because it was so well done. in studios and with instruments and not the same fucking computer program. That's another problem with the music today. Anybody can make it, and there's no like time learning your instrument, whether it be your voice or the thing you're actually playing. You can fake it with a computer. And, so many half-wits have got in sort of just stealing beats and doing the same boring thing everybody else does. But in the long run, it's the really great artists that understand their instrument, whatever it may be, that usually prints through. It's a lost generation. Even for pop music. Pop music in the 80s was so good. It was so
Madonna,
good.
hello.
My God, it was it was so good.
All right. Well, in more music related news, Machine Gun Kelly had a big. Did you end up going to that concert?
I didn't
in LA?
go. I had too much going on that day.
He had this big show in Los Angeles, and he brought out a special guest, Travis Barker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get this. Travis Barker just had a big health scare, and his doctors told him not to be performing, and he performs anyways. I would think after a major health scare, I would be listening to my doctors, but I'm glad he's feeling better. All right. And even more music news. And speaking of touring, Justin Bieber is finally well enough to resume touring after his Ramsay Hunt diagnosis, where he was having that facial paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to pick things back up July 31st. Unfortunately, no word yet on all of the dates in the United States that he had to postpone. They will be rescheduled, but according to Variety, I believe, they probably will not be rescheduled until next spring.
Ouch.
But, his health is what matters.
Yeah, sure.
And let's take some calls.
Oh, geez. You jumped right into that. I wasn't exactly ready for that one. Here we go. 800-721-1185.
Hi, my name's Lorenzo.
We love
Boston.
Lorenzo.
And,
He's called before.
I was just calling to basically say, you know what? Booker is absolutely right about the Bible just being nursery rhymes. And if anybody's offended by that,
Let's not. I don't want to upset people.
People get upset about crazy things. You can't go against their Bible. There's no other word. There's no Quran. There's no there's no other books of religion out there that could possibly be right as well. Here we go. I think we have another often caller.
Oh, hi guys. It's Amos from Texas.
Oh,
Amos from Texas.
I was just
Amos.
wanting to talk about that Ray J tattoo of his sister. That's very odd to me. I have been tattooed over 50 times.
Jesus.
And I have gotten tattoos for friends and even my brother. My brother and I have always been super close. He was even like a dad to me growing up. But I just got his birthday really small on my shoulder. I would never get his face. And I certainly wouldn't get his face covered in tattoos. That is so weird. I know.
Yeah, I didn't really explain what the Brandy tattoo looked like. It looked weird.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't like it wasn't like a glamour, like she almost looked like a zombie.
Really?
Like it was not a flattering tattoo of his
It wasn't
sister.
even like a beautiful shot of her or anything.
I don't think she liked it, I read. So oops.
Whoops.
Hi, Perez. Hi, Booker. I'm calling from the Midwest. My name is Sam. Wanted to respond to a point in the Tamara Judge interview, and I'm sure other people have called about this. So Brandy talks about the crystal meth thing in a very early season of Beverly Hills. She doesn't do it on Girls Trip, though. It's an iconic old scene from an old season. And on Jersey, one of the castmates accuses Teresa Giudice's daughter of possibly doing drugs in the bathroom a couple seasons ago. So I'm a huge Bravo stan. I just wanted to point that out. Love the show. Bye-bye.
But she mentioned it in the trailer for this show. I don't get it. I mean, or maybe she mentioned, yeah, but it hasn't aired yet. I don't know.
I don't even know who that is. So there you go. Here we go.
Hello, this is Jennifer. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. Apparently it's Perez's favorite spot right now.
Indeed.
I was just listening. I listen all the time, but some lady called in regarding the nursery rhymes in the Bible that
See?
Booker was talking about. And I do agree with her. Normally I'm just like, yeah, be you, whatever, say what you want. And you're like, well, I don't have to. Why should I respect that? It's, what you believe. I'm like, well, I'm sure you also like to believe and deal with the LGBTQ plus community, and you are respectful of them, and you call, men women and women men when they're obviously not, but you do it because you're respectful, which most of us do. And you can also respect the Bible.
But I can see, I've met them. Okay. All these stories from millennia ago, talking donkeys and burning, come on, like fairy tales. Okay. The fairy tales.
People, stop it. A lot of people take religion very
don't
seriously.
listen. Take your religion if you want to believe in that. I'm not disrespectful of that. I'm not trying to be. I'm just telling you, I don't believe those things that are written to be true. That's all. I'm not being disrespectful. If you want, I'm not a godless person that doesn't believe that there isn't something out there. I do believe that there's something out there. But the fact that there's like hundreds of different books with different theories or stories about it, it's just so American of someone to go, well, this is the right one and all of these stories are true. It's narcissistic. Come on. That's it. That's the only point that I'm making. Pray to a tree if you want. I don't care. God bless you. I believe in something. This can't be like if this is a fluke, I just don't understand. We're a spinning rock around a star, and yet we're spinning and we can't feel it. And we're not upside down sometimes and we don't fall off the earth. How the fuck are we even here? It's unbelievably amazing. However, those stories, I don't think have anything to do with that. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
All right. Well, you
Please don't look at it as me
you
trying
did
to
not
be
express
disrespectful.
yourself that way in that other episode.
But our conversation was about abortion and them knowing because that book says this or that. That's my only point that I was trying to make. I don't mean to insult your book. If you want to believe in that, go ahead.
All right.
You want any more calls?
Sure. Let's do one more.
All right. One more call. Why can't I open this? Here we go. Sorry about that.
Hi, Perez and Booker. It's your longtime listener, frequent caller, Annie, from New Hampshire. Anyways, if someone put a gun to their head, yes, they have mental illness. No normal person is putting a gun to their head and trying to manipulate.
I can't understand what she's saying. Can you?
No, let's get one last more. That was fine. We can end there.
Yeah. Oh, I could delete that. Whatever. Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for your support. We appreciate you. 800-721-1185. PerezPodcast.com is our link to share with your friends. And we will see you next week. And be on the lookout for an interview episode sometime.
Who will your subject be? Can you tell us that?
I don't know who I have up next.
You can't remember who's next.
I don't remember.
Well,
somebody
find out when
fabulous.
he drops it.
Somebody fabulous.
Take care, guys. See you.
See ya.